It's just about Stackelberg's model. Moving second always has its disadvantages, right? Let me introduce the team to you. Reema, Raj, Neeraj, Isha, Manav, and Money. Who doesn't know money? And there are some things that money can't buy. Now let us look at those things that money can't buy. Money can't buy understanding of Hindi. Money can't buy marks in Manik. Money can't buy love from Ayushi. And money can't buy food in the night canteen after 3 a.m.
We'd like to dedicate this presentation to all our friends who have come here with or without any obligation to just listen to us. And this friendship, mind you, cannot be bought with any amount of money. So thank you everyone who have come here. For the past 2 days, while working on this presentation, we have realized how hard it is. But as most of you would actually agree with me, the hardest part is coming over here and delivering the presentation in front of the whole audience. It requires a lot of courage and hard work. So I thought, we have Amazon, we have Flipkart, and I have money, right? So let's go to these sites and maybe we can buy some confidence, some courage, or some hard work. It was then that I realized that there are these things which money actually cannot buy. For the past, most of us have been here for getting a better salary, a better package. And I'm sure every one of you get it, what they exactly want. But have you ever thought about the cost of getting what we are actually desiring, more money, right? So we are leaving behind our parents, our family, our friends, in pursuit of what? Maybe a little bit more money and the so-called satisfaction, so-called happiness. But the thing is that what about their love, their affection, and most importantly, their time? Can any amount of money ever buy us these things? We need to ponder upon these questions. Another thing, that time, I feel, is like a video game, just that it has only one life. And this life can never ever be bought by any amount of money.
Two stories with you, real life stories. First story is about a very close friend of mine who graduated with me from my college. So after graduating, he moved to Saudi Arabia for reasons very similar to most of ours. A good life, a good career, and most importantly, to earn enough money to be able to convince his girlfriend's parents to marry him. You know what? He was doing good in his life. In fact, better than most of us. And then he met with a car accident and he never returned home. From that day on, I've been asking myself a question. Can money really buy everything? Can money buy destiny? Another story of a very distant relative. She was born to a rich family, but she had a childhood that most of us would dread of. She grew up seeing her mother beaten up almost every night by her father. When she was only 12, her mother passed away. She's doing good in her life, but there's a void. A void she cannot fill. A void she cannot buy. And that is a happy childhood. I'm a writer and I'm an artist. But there's one thing that I agree money can never ever buy, and that is ideas, thoughts. Because if that is the case, then every rich person would be a philosopher and every poor man void of thoughts. These instances make me think. They make me question. Questions that I'm leaving for all of you to ponder upon. As for me, after a lot of introspection, I have realized that the answer to all my questions is the same. Money is just numbers, and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, then your search for happiness will never end.
So guys, I would like to give you some 4 examples of narrative. I would like to narrate here about what famous personalities did apart from money, which made them to be happy to succeed in their life. To start off with, I would like to talk about Angelina Jolie. In recent past, apart from being an actress, we all remember her not just as an actress, but as a social servant, as someone who is being an ambassador of the United Nations, fighting for their causes. And also she has adopted 3 kids, besides having 3 biological kids. So what point I would like to make you guys think upon is that, who is behind all this? Apart from money, I feel that Brad Pitt, her husband, both have a mutual relationship. They are both respect each other, dreams, both stand together always. So that makes the difference. And on a contrary, I would like to talk about Jihad Khan. What happened to her? She eventually committed suicide. What made her to do that? What I feel is that she does not have a very good relationship. The understanding was not very fine with her boyfriend, which eventually made her to go for the extra step. Sorry, guys, which is commit suicide. So, moving further, I would like to talk about that, how whether we can bypass death with the help of money. Can we do that? I would like to quote about Steve Jobs. Actually, we all regret the fact that we don't have the best thinkers of our time, the innovator. We don't have here anymore. But then, he had all the facilities to safeguard himself from death. But is he able to do that? Eventually, he also succumbed to cancer, right? That's the point I want to make here. And also, Hansi Crony, a South African cricketer. Though he was famous, he was at the peak of his career, right? But at that time, he was greedy of money, and what he did, he was involved in a major match-fixing scandal, and which eventually he was found guilty of that scandal, and which ruined his career, and his life turned a downfall from that moment. So, I would like to make you guys introspect further about this, whether money is the ultimate or not. I would like to quote here by saying that money can buy you a degree, but not knowledge. It can buy you a respect, but not dignity. It can buy you a lover, but not love, the real love. Or can it? Yeah.
So we have seen now few examples showing money can't buy some things, like respect. It can't buy death. But let's see those examples with a different angle. Let's talk about Angelina Jolie. She got respect as she adopted 3 kids. Was it possible for her to adopt the 3 kids if she had no money? Was it possible for her to give the life to those 3 kids? So can't we just say that money brought her respect? Now talk about the next example of Hansi Crony. He was caught in match fixing, which led to loss of his respect. But what if we say he was alive and he used the money to do some social work, open orphanage, work for the rights of the people? Would it not brought his respect back? I would say he would be more respected than what he used to be before. Now, talking about the next example, about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was detected with cancer in the year 2003, but he was able to live up to 2011. Was it possible for a normal being without money to live a such long life after even detecting cancer? So what it made it possible? The money which he had, the medical attention which he had. So we can see that money can't buy death, but can't we say that it can prolong death?
So, if you think money cannot buy happiness, it cannot buy love, satisfaction, peace, hope, you're probably wrong. Imagine a starved person who has just got food. Imagine a blind man who has just seen the first ray of light. Imagine an old man who has just got support. Imagine your parents getting surprises. Experiencing happiness already? Now, what if I tell you that you are the person who made all this happen? Isn't this happiness eternal? Yes, it is all because of money. You can sponsor a child. There are so many children without money, without food and shelter. Sponsor one child, okay? You can see them grow old and make you proud someday. A disabled man, you needn't go to NGOs for this. In your own local community, arrange for a nurse who can help an old man who's struggling to get out of his bed. You can gift a wheelchair, maybe, to a disabled man so that he can go to work. Send a bouquet to your parents. You have done this with your girlfriends, right? And it worked. So try it with your parents and see. And the smile on their face, capture that smile and cherish it for your lifelong. So the amount of money, the specific amount of money that you spend on others is as important as spending money on others for your happiness. So spending money in an amazing way is not important. It is these little things on which you spend money which will actually give you immense pleasure. So all those who think money cannot give you happiness, peace or pleasure are probably wrong here, because it is money that has given you home, food, and probably water without tapeworms, right? So, and yes, of course, the access to doctors for the tapeworms you did not get.
Hello. So you must have heard your parents say this line, money can't buy happiness. I believe our generation thinks something else. If you think money can't buy happiness, you're not spending it right. So a recent psychological study by CNN said that money can provide you immense happiness provided that your spending is aligned to your personality. Now, what do we mean by aligning your spending to your personality? It basically means that an extrovert would find happiness on a social gathering in a pub, whereas an introvert would find happiness in a bookstore buying books, reading books, and emerging in deep thoughts. Now, but there is one cause which provides happiness irrespective of the personality of a person. Can any of you tell me which cause that is? Correct. So, social service was found to be that one cause which provides happiness irrespective of your personality. In that respect, we conducted a survey in the college campus to ask our peers whether they had contributed to the relief fund of the 2013 Uttarakhand floods. These were some of the responses.
Hi, did you make any donations for the Uttarakhand flood?
No, I haven't done any donation from my side, but I think it gets deducted from my father's salary.
Hi, how many of you made donations for the Uttarakhand flood?
I do.
Hi, did you make any donations during the Uttarakhand floods?
No, actually I was in Malaysia, so I could not make
So,
donations.
what about internet banking?
Actually, I did not have Indian online banking services, so I could not.
Thank you.
This is where we need to draw the line between long-term happiness and short-term happiness. We get so immersed to gain some momentary pleasures that we forget our eternal goal, that is to find peace in our soul. Now, the importance of money can be understood by these simple lines, that money can start wars and money can also bring about peace. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that money is your eternal end. But what I'm trying to say is, please do not underestimate the power of money as a means to attain those ends. Because who would you think would be more effective in changing the world? A good man or a good man with money? Think about it. Abraham Maslow said in his theory of hierarchy of needs that there are 5 levels of needs that a person strives to attain during his lifetime. Now, the initial 2 levels, which are the physiological and the safety needs, can be attained by the use of money. That is the importance of money. Money means survival. Money means the ability to impact lives. Now, we as a group do not want to enforce you with one school of thought. No, that as a means of education is wrong. We want to show both sides of the coin to you. We want you to go back, think about what we've said, explore, understand for yourself, and then believe and decide what money means to you. Now, before we go, we would like to end with a simple request. There are some beautiful paintings made by some marvelous children that have been auctioned downstairs. Please take out some of your time, put your money to good use, and buy these paintings. Make someone else happy, and then we'll talk tomorrow whether there is anything that money cannot buy. Do this, and I promise you that you will sleep peacefully tonight. Thank you.